Hello, everyone. I'm Kim.
And I'm Andy.
And together we are the I Wonder Sisters.
All right. We got it right.
So, you guys, welcome. I hope everybody had a good week last week, and it's the start of a new week. And we wish everybody the best. Be looking forward to our forecast, our tarot/oracle forecast. I'll be posting mine later on this evening. This is Sunday here in Mountain Time. It is a little after 12. So you can look for it tonight wherever you are. And please follow us on Instagram because it will be posted on Instagram at I Wonder Sisters. So today is part 2 of our goddess series. That's Chloe. Wait a minute. Okay, Chloe, is she going to
Come
get
here,
up?
Chloe.
So anyway, while Andy is maneuvering herself to pick up Chloe, I'm going to slide this back a little bit to give us some more room. And today we're going to be introducing you to, or reintroducing you to, Hathor and Ixchel. Is that right?
Ixchel.
Ixchel. Um, I'm going to be talking a bit about Hathor. Now, the purpose for those of you who haven't seen the Goddess series part 1, the purpose is to simply introduce you to these goddesses in case you're looking for a matron, or if you're just interested in learning about new goddesses and how you can connect with these goddesses when you need help. Like, what is their specialty? What is it that they can assist you with? So I have Hathor, and I'm going to try to get this as there, if I can come in a little bit. I have Hathor, excuse the sun. And I want to talk first personally about Hathor. I was introduced to Hathor's energy many years ago through a friend, a psychic medium friend of mine named Betsy. And she would always say that Hathor was coming through for me, and I didn't know who that was. And so she introduced me to some of the aspects of Hathor, some of the ways that she can guide me. And so I did work with her. Now, this was before I started studying anything about paganism, witchcraft, the divine feminine, all of that. And so I always, when Andy got the deck and I saw that Hathor was in it, it was like coming back to an old friend. She has a lot to say, and a lot of it is about allowing ourselves to be able to receive. We always want to be able to give, and we've got this notion in our heads from our families, friends from a long time ago that it's better to give than to receive. But what Hathor is saying to us is that if we're not able to receive, then we're not able to give. It's one big circle. Okay, so the more that we allow ourselves to receive and simply say thank you and show gratitude and not try to push the gift away or the offering away, it strengthens and increases psychic energy. It strengthens our way of giving back to others in many different ways that we can give, whether it is a material aspect. It's like, if we don't allow ourselves to get paid, how are we going to pay the people that have done things for us? How are we going to pay for our shelter, which we appreciate? And so it's one big circle, and a lot of people have a hard time receiving. Andy and I are like that. We share that. And I feel like both of us have come a ways. We know a little bit more how to ask for help and feel good about it or okay about it, and we're still working on that. And we're still working on that as we speak. So I've jotted down a few other things that I wanted to remember to tell you about Hathor. Now, when I was first introduced to her through Betsy, she said, she likes to have fun. She's a goddess that loves wine and chilling and a good time. And I was like, oh, she's for me, and she really, really makes that aspect of life something that is also sacred. She enjoys play, and she feels that play is a sacred part of life and is just as important as what we call work or getting things done, fulfilling goals and achievements and all of that. So that's one thing about her, if that resonates with you. And also too, she is a goddess of healing, a goddess of healing infertility. She is the goddess of birth, of nurturing yourself, of you being a mother, nurturing the earth, nurturing those you love. So she's extremely maternal as well. And also, she can be called upon. For earthly things just as well as spiritual things. So if you or someone who has problems with fertility issues, or giving birth, Hathor is the one that you would want to be by your side or by your friend's side while all of this is happening, because she is definitely also a healer in that aspect. Also, one other interesting thing about her, if there are any men that are watching who also are looking for a matron, okay, Hathor represents the divine feminine in all of us, in men and women. All of us have the divine feminine within us, just as we have the divine masculine within us as well. And so if you or someone who's having an issue with connecting to a goddess, if you're a man and you're having an issue with connecting to the goddess energy, Hathor may be a good place for you to start, knowing that she represents really both in a divine way. So that's one of the things that I really, really love about her. She's Egyptian. Okay, and I'll show you the card again. And the card says receptivity. Allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. And that's what it's really all about. So, all right.
Okay. My goddess this week is Ixchel. Isn't that a beautiful
That is
card?
gorgeous.
She's so beautiful. And it says medicine woman. And it says you are a channel for divine healing power. There she is again. And interestingly, Ixchel is a Mayan goddess of the moon and also a mother goddess. And she's a healer, and she represents the divine feminine, not unlike Hathor.
We're looking at notes so we don't forget anything.
She talks a lot about commanding power within us rather than demanding it, which is a very childish thing to do. But she commands the power, and she says that all of us have it. It's all within us and all connected to the divine spirit or the infinite, however you want to look at it. She's a goddess of water and all things fluid, so that she would also be the goddess of emotions and how we relate to each other. Let me see what else. She can help you connect to your roots in the divine spirit. She is a very powerful healer, and she says that we are all powerful healers, and all we need to do is reconnect by going within and finding the divine within us. I know that sounds very circumspect and all that artsy fartsy new agey stuff, but Um, if you want to do healing, or if you need to be healed, going within is a place to start. Um, all that healing energy resides within all of us. Each of us has it. Each of us can give it, and each of us can receive it. And so, Ixchel,
So beautiful.
Ixchel can take us there.
That's so beautiful. We had someone ask us recently to do a reading as to whether or not it was time or should she go forth in her process of wanting to be a healer, of healing others. And, she had a beautiful reading. Andy pulled a rune and I pulled a card, and it was really a beautiful reading. But what was interesting about that reading was that the information that came forth was like this person was super ready, was tapped in, was like, waiting to just go out. In fact, there were people here on the planet waiting for this person to actually go on about their healing work. And the only thing that really would be something that would have held this person back was the fact that she was having a bit of doubt as to whether or not this was her mastery, this was her calling. And the cards and the runes said that it was, as particularly the tarot. The rune came forth with the fact that her emotions and her feelings about herself being a healer would be the only thing that would stop her. I mean, nothing else can stop us but ourselves and our fear of what we're actually capable of. And Andy and I talk about that a lot, because people still think it's strange for someone to say, oh, I fear success. And usually that's what it is when people sabotage themselves from moving forward into their calling. Like you'll keep, wanting a reading about the same thing when you really know the answer, and we believe that you really know.
More people are afraid of success than they are afraid of failing. They may not know it, but if you think about it on a psychological level, fear of failing is something that makes you not responsible for your life. If you fail, no one expects anything of you. If you succeed, people expect more of you and you expect more of yourself.
Indeed.
So more people sabotage themselves because they're afraid of success than they're afraid of failing.
Yes.
Failing is a lot easier on your pathology, your psychopathology, than success is. Success comes with responsibility, pressure, goals of achievement, learning more, doing more. It's very complex. And so if you're in a place where, say, you're about to embark on a new venture, think about how you feel about success and failure.
Yeah.
Because if you succeed, who are you? What have you become?
Yeah.
What do people expect of you now?
And it's a difficult fear to conquer, but it can be conquered, because I believe that as long as people are authentic, as long as we're always being who we really are, then I know that for myself, I'm just going to keep doing that. And if there is a manner of success that comes with what Andy and I do, where people may recognize our name or just simply expect us to be a certain way, expect us to have all the answers, all those things. We don't now and we never will. What we do have, though, are tools. And those are tools. So those are things that we had to learn individually about our own lives. And we're still learning and we're still gaining tools. Who was it that there was a quote on Instagram this morning from Michelangelo, and it was when he was 78 years old, and he said, "I'm still learning. I'm still learning." And it had a picture of a young man who had like a road of a highway sort of steps to travel, and he knew this at 78 years old. And I think that's something that Andy and I, both through our spiritual work, has grasped also. I want to know it all.
Yes, you
I would
do.
love to.
Yeah.
I would love to. And many of you are probably like that. I have that type of personality where I want to know all the mysteries. I want to unlock everything, but that hasn't happened yet. And it's not going to happen. I think it's just, as Andy always says, we talk about a part of humanity, a part of the human experience, that mystery, that's one part of the veil that will always be there until we cross over. So
I feel that there are some mysteries in life that we'll never grasp and we'll never understand. And the Buddhists felt that way too, very much so. And oh, fly. Um, and I think that's okay.
yeah,
I'm okay with not knowing. And I mean, I want to know everything I can know, but I'm okay with those mysteries that can never be known. That's fine with me. I'm okay with that.
and I think that that's one of the reasons why the universe provides us with so many different types of guides. It can be your ancestors, it can be the angels, whatever you resonate with. It can be people that have crossed over, that are acting as a guide for you here on earth, that may not be in the angelic realm, but are just watching out for you. Also, we have our goddesses, which is why we decided to do this series too, because they act as our guides. They are there for you to go to ask questions, to learn things about yourself, to ask for help when you need help. So we just want to share with you this part 2, and it's going to be a 5-part series. Okay, so you can join us next Sunday evening. I'll be uploading them every Sunday. We still have flies. It's December, and I just it drives me crazy. And there's one that's just buzzing, to get into the video. So excuse us for all the waving. But yeah, so we next week will be, of course, part 3. And they'll be here in case you want to start with one. As we said last week, if there is a topic that you want to know more about or want to hear our point of view, our perspective, then please let us know by emailing us at iwondersisterhood@gmail.com. You can reach us through our blog, iwondersisterhood.com, or you can DM us on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, please join us, because that's where we spend most of our time. And we are at I Wonder Sisters. So if you do have any suggestions or something that you would just like to hear more about, or like I said, hear our perspective of it, then just let us know.
Also, the deck of cards that we're using for these goddess cards is called the Goddess Guidance Oracle by Doreen Virtue. And clearly she couldn't get all the goddesses of the world in the deck. So if there's a goddess that you're attracted to, and someone that you think might be a good matron for you, and we don't touch on her, please let us know.
Yeah.
So we can do our research
Yeah.
and and help you out that way as well.
Exactly. That's a great idea. I know I forgot how, but I ran across a goddess that I had never heard of. And I think it was sometime last week. It was hard to find a whole lot of information about her, but I was able to find enough to know whether or not she would be a match for me. And so I think that's a great idea because that's exciting. I mean, we would learn as well and be introduced to goddesses maybe we've never heard of. And I'm sure there are many.
Yes.
There are many. So we want to say goodbye from Hathor. Let's see if I can get her in there. Good. Remember to call on her if you need physical healing, spiritual healing, healing with infertility, with childbirth. Remember that she says that receiving and giving are one thing, and it's just as honorable to receive as it is to give.
And here's Ixchel again, who, as I said earlier, is not unlike Hathor in many ways. She is also a goddess of fertility and childbirth, and a mother goddess, and she's Mayan. Whoops, there she is. She's so beautiful.
Maxie Doodle would like to say hello and goodbye and wish you all a great week. He would also like to chew on my hand. So thank you guys so much. Have a good rest of your Sunday if that's when you're watching this. Otherwise, enjoy your day. Be safe out there. And remember that you always have help with your goddesses around. Just call on them and ask, what should I do? Or just, say, be with me through this particular thing. So thank you. We'll see you guys next Sunday. No, we'll see you Thursday.
Yeah,
for Love and Libations.
Love and Libations
yes.
on Thursday.
Yes, so we're not sure whether or not what we're going to be chatting about. But it's sort of a free form chat. Sometimes we do have a subject. Sometimes we just want to share things that are helpful. So thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.